Welcome back, Rider fans. We are at the All-American Iceplex for the Consolation game for your Cedar Rapids Roughriders versus the Chesterfield Falcons, coached by Schenk, I believe. Zamboni is just getting off the ice. So I'm expecting that we're going to be starting game time a little bit early for this one. Referees on the ice. So I'm expecting warm-ups to begin here shortly. Teams have been called out onto the ice. So here come your Rough Riders. So I'm going to climb over the side.
Do you want me to turn it on or
Yeah. All right, in net for this game, looks like we're going to have number 89, Jackson Baker, coming back onto the ice after a very, very solid draw this morning. View for this game is going to be very interesting as the seating area is basically right on top of the rink. We're going to try to get the best view that we can and keep the stream going through the entire game. And here comes Chesterfield out through the same door. It's looking like we're going to get an early start to this game as warm-ups have begun at 1:08 in the afternoon. On the bench for this game, we have Coach Jack. Jack and Ellis working on their passing in the neutral zone. As the team is working on warming up Mr. Baker. About 2 minutes left in our warm-up period. Chesterfield has two goalies dressed for this game, so it'll be interesting to see which one ends up being in that. About 1 minute left in the warm-up period. It's going to be a very interesting game. Both teams have had somewhat rough weekends. I'm looking on the online stats. This Chesterfield team has won one, lost one, and tied one. While your Riders are coming off of 2 losses and a draw. Noteworthy though, they were at least in all 3 games and giving a really strong effort. 5 seconds left in the warm up, and then we're going to get going and playing some hockey this afternoon. Got a couple players mugging for some photos. Teams are listening to the coaches to get the lineup for the day. One piece we do know is that Jackson Baker will be in net, number 89, wearing a shiny white helmet and his black and white hats. Chesterfield goalie coming out in their white jerseys with black and red hats. Starting line today is going to be your Peddleson line from earlier today. So Jack Peddleson centering Flynn Hansen and Clara Domke. On D, you have DJ Elliott and Iris Erickson. Face off goes to Chesterfield to start. Pass up to the wing. Jack Peddleson putting on some pressure. Puck goes into the zone. DJ Elliott in a race. Flings it around the net to an open wing. Iris Erickson coming in to put on some pressure. Wins the puck. Passes it up to Clara. Unfortunately bounced off of a stick. And still in the zone. Now to Flynn Hansen. Tries to get it out. Doesn't. Shot blocked by DJ Elliott. Now providing pressure. Puck stuck in a whole bunch of feet. Jack Kettleson tries to get it out and unfortunately trips over. Puck's now to player Domke. Tries to get it out of his zone. Able to chip it out. Tipped. No icing. Flynn Hansen rushing in. Player able to steal the puck. Bounced off her stick. Now centering it. And unfortunately onto a Chesterfield stick. Chesterfield now breaking out towards DJ Elliott. Knocked off via stick by DJ. DJ starting to lead up a rush. Passes it over to Jack Kettleson over his stick. Shot deflected and blocked. Chesterfield player falls down. Bounces it back to Maverick Rasmussen through his stick and out of the zone. Couple players on him. Knocks it over towards George Landio. Another race for the puck. Out of the zone. Jack Kettleson applying the forechecking pressure. Pops it around him to A wing with Chesterfield players back into the center, bringing it in against Maverick over the net. They will knock it to a wing. Zach Pedersen putting on some pressure. Got a 2-on-1, 3-on-1 if they hurry. Probably was offside. Shot through Flynn Hansen. Fell down. Goalie was able to keep it out. Puck throws in. And we're going to have a face-off for the goalie's left side. Next line of Gavin Sebring, Corbin Zeck, and Liam Smith out, with Brett Johnson and Jackson Jerp on D. Face off 1 to Chesterfield. Cedar Rapids able to steal it. Puck coming up to the point to Jackson Jerp. Tries to bring it back in. Awesome skates to Gavin Sebring. Shot. And goalie juggled it. Then pounces on it for another face off on the goalie's left side. Good hard shot from Gavin Sebring that the goalie had a little bit of trouble handling. Same lineup for Cedar Rapids is out there. Win to Liam Smith. Shot for the point. Blocked into the corner. Corbin Zeck on the puck. Falls down. Trying to work the way for the puck. Gavin Sebring retrieves it over to Liam Smith. Over to Brett Johnson. Missed pass to the point. Brett Johnson now in a race for it. Off of a stick to Chesterfield player. And we have an offside play. Third forward line coming out of Jackson Hunt, Wyatt Monty, and Ellis Palmer. D pairing of Edith Elliott and Iris Erickson. Pucks 1 to Jackson Hunt, brings it into the zone, knocked off of his stick, down below the net. Running it around. David able to stop it. Wyatt Monty missed the pass, and Chesterfield's bringing it out. Off of DJ Elliott's stick to Ellis Palmer. Ellis passes it up to Jackson Hunt. Jackson knocks it deeper into the zone. And a miss, unfortunately. And shot over the net. Behind the net again. Back, tries to pass it through the net. DJ races up, able to keep it in. Shot just off the goalie's blocker. Coming around to the point again. Iris Erickson isn't quite able to keep it in. Jackson Hunt is able to get it and takes it right back into the zone off of his stick. Knocked back into the neutral zone off of Ellis Palmer's stick. Iris Erickson into a race for the puck behind the net. Cedar Rapids going to need to regroup. Pass up to Wyatt Monty off of his stick. TJ throws towards Claire Johnson. Off of her stick. Jackson Hunt has the puck off of his stick into the offensive zone. Chesterfield tosses it back. And we have an icing. 7:50 remaining in the first period. Faceoff comes down into the offensive zone for your Roughriders. We've got Peddleston line out along with Rasmussen and George Lanyon. Faceoff 1 back to the point. Maverick's got a hustle to be able to get to it. Tries to knock it in deeper. And it fall off of the stick of it. Josh Peddleston able to grab the puck. Offside. Face off on the near side dot here. Jack Peddleston able to win it back to Maverick. Maverick has some heavy pressure on him. Off of George Landion's skates. Unfortunately, not quite out of the zone. Puck's behind the net. Puck goes through the crease, but doesn't go in. Claire is able to take it to the side. Jack Peddleston isn't quite able to win the race to the puck. Upkeep is back in the corner. Maverick Rasmussen with it, picking his head up, looking for a pass. Unfortunately, doesn't get one off. Puck's now knocked back into the defensive zone to George Lanio. George tries to pass it, hits the back of Jack Skates. Shot deflected into the corner. Lynn Hansen with the puck. Tries to get it out, but it finds a defenseman on the point. Maverick Rasmussen with the puck behind the net, starting to wind up some speed, passes it up. Off of a defender's skate, no icing. Now it's a race for the puck. Player trying to win it for Cedar Rapids. Now it's over to Flynn Hansen applying the pressure. Off of the wall to Breck Johnson. Breck tries to swing it across. Too hot for Jack to handle. Chesterfield bringing it into the zone. Jackson Durf able to knock it off of a stick. Jack Kettleson is able to collect the puck. He's skating it into the offensive line, tries to pass it over, but Claire Domke went off for a change. Jackson Durf went in to try to keep it in. Pass back up to Jack Kettleson. Back to the point. Pass back up to Flynn Hansen, slightly off of his stick. And we have an icing Cedar Rapids. 5:45 remaining in the first period. It is still 0-0 in the first period. Sebring line out there. Face off one to Cedar Rapids. Bounces off of foot. Shot on net. Jackson Baker with the save and throws the puck. Face off one by Chesterfield. Puck goes behind the net. Iris Erickson giving some chase. Tried to bring it out from behind the net. Blocked by DJ. And now to Iris picking her head up, looking for a play. Passes it up to Liam Smith. Off of his stick. And offside Cedar Rapids, as Liam wasn't able to quite get back out of the zone before DJ tried to pass it into him. Face-off going all the way down as the officials decided that that was intentional. The Hunt line is out there along with Lanio and Rasmussen. Face-off one to Cedar Rapids. Rasmussen brings it behind the net. Loses it out in front. Ellis Palmer with the puck, skating it in. Tries to dump it in and chase. Ellis applying the forechecking pressure. Chesterfield tries to pass it out. Maverick able to pick off the pass. Maverick with a shot towards the net, off of a couple of feet, and missed. George Lanio able to put it back in, into a Chesterfield stick. Chesterfield tries to put it back out, right back to George Lanio. George brings it back in to Jackson Hunt, off of his stick, and Chesterfield has it back. Wyatt Monty steals the puck back, and now it's another race into the zone with Ellis Palmer providing the pressure. Now over to Jackson Hunt as the pressure. Puck is loose to George Lanio outside of the zone. Pass to Wyatt Monty coming back in. Shot from Wyatt off. Shot back off of Ellis Palmer's stick. Wasn't quite able to connect on a shot. 2-on-1 developing for Chesterfield with Breck Johnson in the middle. Good pass in on the backhand. Saved by the goalie. And we're now going to go the other way. A little bit of contact with Ellis Palmer on the side. 3-on-3 developing for Chesterfield as they're coming back into the zone. DJ with a good stick, able to collect everything. Breck Johnson now in a race to the corner, trying to work on the puck. DJ gets it out front, tries to pass it to Clara Domke, but doesn't quite connect. Shot blocked by Breck Johnson and plays back in the corner. Jackson Hunt is able to steal the puck off of his stick. And now to the goalie, covered. And we're going to have a face-off to the glove side. Kettleson line coming out and doing some kind of dance. I don't quite know what to call it. Whatever it is pretty terrible. Not going to see it on Fortnite anytime soon. Big shot from the point off of Jackson Baker, the goalie. There's Donkey able to get it down in the zone. We got a 3-on-1 developing for the Roughriders if they hurry. Claire with a good shot and goal! Goal for Donkey. Yep. Claire able to bring it in on the 2-on-1. Didn't like what the pass would look like, then put it in herself. We have a 1-0 game to your Roughriders. Face off, 1 to Chesterfield. David Elliott putting on a bunch of pressure. David able to block it. Big save either from DJ or Baker. I'm not sure which. Puck knocked further into zone. Now it's a race with Flynn Hansen. And Jack Kettleson putting on the pressure. Claire Donkey putting on some pressure as well. Puck went up and now over. Puck falling off the Chesterfield stick. David Elliott able to stay pretty tight with it. Puck's up to Flynn Hansen. Flynn knocks it out of the zone. And now applying some forechecking pressure. Puck goes back into DJ Elliott. DJ right back up to Flynn. Off of Flynn's skates. On for the goalie. DJ tries to swing it out with the pitching wedge. Doesn't quite work. Angles person off. And the puck is dead on an injured player. Almost here waiting for the injured player to get checked out. Players able to start getting up. A big round of applause from the fans. Glad to see them back up on their feet and skating back to the bench area. The Cedar reps need to take advantage of the moment to do a full line change. All right, play is going to resume. Face off 1 to Cedar Rapids. Gavin Sebring with it. Brought in by Liam Smith. Tried to pass it over to Gavin Sebring. That's a little bit too hot to handle. Corbin's able to close it off behind the net. George Daniels able to grab it at the point. Still good. Liam tries a shot. Through and saved by the goalie. Was knocked out of the pads by Corbin Zek, but wasn't able to quite put it in. Liam able to stop a breakout attempt. Maverick Rasmussen now in a race for the puck. Able to stop very nicely. Very tidy turn. Pass up to Gavin Sebring. Shot and stopped by the goalie. And covered. Face off is going to come to the glove side of the Chesterfield goalie. We are sitting at 1-0 Roughriders with 1 minute and 9 seconds remaining in the first period. Jackson Hunt line is out with Breck Johnson and Jackson Burr as the D. Face-off was won by Chesterfield, able to get knocked out of the zone to Breck Johnson. Breck's looking for a pass, able to get it to Wyatt Monty, able to get it just into the zone before things get all kind of cluttered up. Puck is loose. Pass goes over to Jackson Burr. Jackson knocks it off of a fourth checker's shin pads, then tries to backhand it further up and not quite able to make it. Chesterfield into the zone, dumps it down into the corner with Jackson Hunt able to recover. Puck's now up to Ellis Palmer, knocked off of his stick, blocked by either Jackson Jerf or the goalie. Breck Johnson has it behind the net, 25 seconds to go. Breck looking for a pass, up to Wyatt Monty, brings it further into the zone. Jackson Hunt gets a centering pass, race towards the goalie, and the goalie's able to cover it. 12.5 seconds remaining. Jackson Hunt line is going to stay out. DJ and Aaron Krug, or Iris Erickson, sitting out there in D. Face off, goes back to DJ Elliott, tries to get a shot on. A little bit of a flipper. Iris able to make it so it was a clearly uneventful pass. And that is the end of our first period. During intermission, we're going to be recharging the camera a bit, so view is going to be a little bit different. Teams are going to meet for about the 1 minute intermission, review some strategy, get a big deep breath before we get going again. Your Rough Riders are up 1-0 on the Chesterfield Falcons. Teams are going to end up switching sides as we get going in the second period. Chesterfield's coming back out. The Riders are going to end up coming back out as well, and we'll get a lineup going then. So we're going to have the Sebring line starting out, along with Maverick Rasmussen and George Lanyo. Face off one back to the Rough Riders. Gavin Sebring with the puck trying to break it into the zone. Able to bring it wide. Off of a stick. Corbin Zex trying to get it back. Maverick Rasmussen now in a race. Great stick by Maverick. Knocked it off the Chesterfield player. Unfortunately, Liam Smith lost it. And now puck's coming back in. Back to George Lanyo. Able to get it up to Gavin Sebring. And icing. Tip happened on the Rough Riders side of the red line, so still an icing play. Faceoff comes down to the defensive zone of the Rough Riders. The punch line is going to be out for this play. Face off one back to Chesterfield. Jackson Hunt with a fantastic save after a Chesterfield player was left between the circles. Got really good wood on it, but Jackson was able to stop the puck. Block shot that ends up getting cleared over to the corner, coming back down below. Breck Johnson in safe. Puck coming back across. Wyatt Monty now in a race trying to clean up the puck. Jackson Hunt trying to chase it as it went back below the circles. Puck's now behind the net. Ellis Palmer able to steal the puck and start with breakout. Passed it up to Jackson Hunt, but missed everybody, and we have an icing. 10:49 remaining in the second period. Riders have another defensive zone faceoff. The Kettleson line, along with Elliott and Erickson, are going to be on the ice. Face off one back to Roughriders. DJ and DJ gets high stick, not called, and puck ends up going into the middle and gets knocked in on a very unfortunate goal for the Roughriders. Ensuing face off. Won by the Roughriders. Player has the puck, knocked back to DJ Elliott. And puck's now coming in by Chesterfield off of the blocker of the goalie. Roughriders a little bit scrambly right now. Lynn Hansen coming to get the puck. Able to get it out of the zone. Knocked right back in by Chesterfield, and we have an offside. Ensuing face-off is won by Chesterfield. Gavin Sebring's able to then get control of the puck. Pass up to Corbin Zek. Corbin's able to start the rush into the zone. Puck knocked up his stick to the corner. Gavin Sebring able to put on some pressure. Magic grabs and gets the puck. Tries to shoot it in. Blocked by a Chesterfield defender. Lane Smith over trying to close off the breakout attempt. Now to Gavin Sebring. Tries to pop it in further. Really have some more time available. Gavin Sebring able to handle the puck again. Shot on the goalie. Almost slid into the net. Yet able to keep it out. Face-off coming to the stick side of the goalie this time. Got the Sebring line out there along with Johnson and Jur. Face-off won by Chesterfield. Pass back to the wing. Now centered. And to your Rough Riders, Breck Johnson. Breck looking for a pass to Liam Smith. Off of nothing and icing on your Rough Riders. 9:21 remaining in your second period. We have a 1-1 tie game here. Which just reminds me, I haven't been updating the scoreboard, so I apologize for that. Now it should be accurate. Face-off is won by the Riders. Jackson Hunt now with the puck coming behind the net. The field defender was able to get it off of everybody's sticks, get a really nice stop that was saved by Jackson Baker. Jackson Hunt able to knock the puck out of the zone. Wyatt Monty now with the puck. Forecheck hard by a Chesterfield player, and the puck's now collected up against the boards. Dumped in by a Chesterfield player. No icing this time. Jackson Hunt tried to collect it around the net. Got hung up in the boards. Jackson Hunt has another chance at it. Tries to pass it up to Ellis Palmer. Got it onto a Rough Riders hit. Chesterfield has it again. Players kind of no real possession, and a shot comes through and into the net. It is Chesterfield 2 and your Rough Riders 1. Ensuing faceoff is won by Chesterfield. They're able to bring it into the zone. Puck stopped by Jackson Baker and throws in. Jackson out playing nice and high on his crease. Able to collect the puck. And now we got a faceoff. Faceoff won again by Chesterfield. Jack able to step in and steal it. Puck now back in. DJ Elliott gets the puck and throws it away down the ice for another icing. Another face-off win by the Chesterfield Falcons. Flynn Hansen trying to pressure on the point. Puck now down deep in the corner. Puck coming back up to the point. Player is not quite able to steal it. Puck now to Hansen. Puck now up to Hansen again, trying to get it in. A little bit of the physical play is starting to ramp up. DJ pops it into the offensive zone. Clara on the forecheck. Puck coming around. No Roughriders on it though. But Chesterfield's able to break it out. Chesterfield bringing it into the zone. Dropped it behind the net. DJ's got to be in a race with his other person. Able to start it. Hits the puck. Able to get it clear from the zone this time. Chesterfield able to regroup. Flynn Hansen pressuring. DJ able to grab the puck, tries to pop it in, but Flynn Hansen is offside. Ensuing faceoff is controlled by Chesterfield. Puck going down behind his own. Knocked off the Cedar Rapids stick by Chesterfield. Gavin Sebring's able to bring it up. Got a 3-on-1 if they hurry. Pass is a little bit off the Corbin Zach. Puck's now coming back around. Chesterfield's going to be able to get it out. Gavin Sebring had a chance at the puck and wasn't quite able to connect. Puck's now back behind the net. Maverick Rasmussen gliding behind the net. Tries to pass it up to Corbin Zach. They got control of it. Then knock the puck off. And you got multiple Roughriders going for it. Puck's now down deep in the corner. Gavin Sebring putting in chase off of the referee's skates. Liam Smith able to find it. Tries to shoot it in right away. Off of a Chesterfield player. Nice block by Maverick Rasmussen. Tracking back. Maverick now getting up some speed. Trying to break it out himself. Stopped by Maverick is blocked and goes off to the corner. Puck's now coming out. Now down into the corner for George Lanyo to be able to recover. George throws it further around. It looks like it's going to have enough speed that it's going to be icing Cedar Rapids. Cedar Rapids having a little bit of trouble getting some passes connected right now. A lot of pucks going free. Ellis pops it up to Jackson Hunt after that face-off. Jackson trying to feed it in, but lost it off of his stick. Chesterfield trying to bring it back in. They're able to get it in. Shot that goes off of the pipe and out towards the point. Chesterfield tried to bring it in again. Breck Johnson was able to retrieve it down below the net. Pass goes up to Wyatt Monty on the wing. Tries to pass it up to Jackson Hunt, but missed the stick on that one. Ellis Palmer and Jackson Hunt trying to apply some pressure, but puck got missed. Jackson Durf able to then pop it out of the zone, forcing Chesterfield to regroup. Puck comes back in, now bounced up high. Shot on net, saved by the goalie. Got a full line change coming. Face off going to be on the stick side of your Cedar Rapids goaltender. Heddleston line is going to be out there for this face-off. Face-off won by Chesterfield, ends up blocked by Iris Erickson. Tries to pass it out to a wing. Knocked off of a stick by Cedar Rapids to a Chesterfield stick. Shot towards the net that manages to elude everybody and find some net. It is now 3-1 Chesterfield. Face off won by Cedar Rapids. Race lost though to the puck. George now trying to race for it. And put back behind the net. Came up to Flynn Hansen on the wing. Tries to pass it over to Jack Middleton. A little bit of contact there, not called. Jack with the puck again. And knocked back into the zone. Flynn Hansen with the puck. Tried to pass it back to Jack Middleton. A little bit standing still. Makes the play really, really hard. George Lanio now with the puck. Knocked off of his stick. Determined to be onside. Jack flicks it towards the net for a stop by the Chesterfield goaltender. And now we're going to have a face-off to the glove side of the Chesterfield goalie. Face-off won by Cedar Rapids. Pass back to the point. Now up to Corbin Zeck on the wing. Knocked off of his stick. Jackson Durf able to try to keep it in. Now Gavin Sebring has it towards the middle. Gavin Sebring getting some speed up to the side. And offside Cedar Rapids. We are sitting at 2 minutes and 31 seconds left in the second period. Your Roughriders are down 3-1. We have the Sebring line along with Elliott and Erickson on the ice. Face-off is won by Gavin Sebring. Puck goes to Corbin Zeck. Getting pressured hard. Tries to dump it into the zone right to a Chesterfield defense person. And Corbin pops it behind the net. Liam Smith tries to bring it out front. Puck's getting stuck a little bit around the side. Gavin Sebring able to get a hold of it. Shot towards the net. And then Corbin Zeck gets dumped in front of the net as the goalie stops it. Good shift there for the Roughriders. Got the Hunt line along with Rasmussen and Lanio out there. Face-off is won by Chesterfield. Puck's coming in. Got a 3-on-2 developing. Defense able to stay together. Ellis able to back check really nicely and be able to break it up. Players still battling for the puck around the net. Maverick Rasmussen able to grab it, but then loses his balance, and they're able to lose it. Maverick pops it back out. Now off of Palmer's stick into the zone. Jackson Hunt trying to win a race to the puck. Doesn't quite get there. Ellis Palmer with the puck. Tries to pass it out front to Jackson Hunt. Doesn't connect. Chesterfield able to break it out. Maverick Rasmussen able to swing it down into the offensive end where the Roughriders are now giving chase. Jackson Hunt able to steal the puck. Ellis tries to stick handle through some bodies and not able to at this time. Puck is still loose. Ellis Palmer with the puck. Tries to backhand it in and saved by the Chesterfield goalie. Chesterfield able to break it out. 30-some seconds left in the period. Blocked by George Lanio on that shot. Jackson Hunt trying to skate it up. Got some more collisions going on. Wyatt Monty into the zone on a 2-on-1 with 10 seconds left. Shot saved. Chesterfield breaking it back out. Into the middle. Jack Kettleson with the puck. Jack's got 2 seconds left. Tries to shoot it. And gets blocked. And then knocked onto the goalie pretty softly. That is end of 2. Your Rough Riders are down 3-1. Okay, let's go ahead and try to get some battery. Got our 1-minute intermission. Not your best period from your Rough Riders. Had a couple goals go in. But that should give them opportunity for a big turnaround in the third period. All right, officials say the intermission is over. And we're going to get back going. Yeah. Kettleson line is out along with Johnson and Jerv. Faceoff is won by the Riders, but they lose the race to the puck. Puck goes in towards the net, but unfortunately over. Jackson Jerv tried to get it up to Player Donkey, but it was not strong enough to get through. Player dumps it down into the zone. Looks like it's going on net. Lynn Hansen putting on the pressure. Zach Kettleson able to get a stick on the puck, but not enough to be able to stop it. Now we've got a breakaway coming. Shot goes off the side of the net, though. Jackson Jerf able to skate it up to Flynn Hansen. Flynn with a shot off the goalie's paddle and into the corner. Chesterfield able to bring it around the net. Claire Domke forechecking hard. Jack Kettleson able to intercept the puck. Chesterfield though able to win the race, and now it's another odd man situation coming. Shot from the side gets stopped by Jackson Baker, the goalie, and we have a save and a stoppage. Sebring line coming out along with Elliott and Erickson. 10:52 remaining in the third period. Score is Chesterfield 3, Roughriders 1. Face-off won by the Falcons. DJ tries to pass it up to Corbin Zach, but was not able to. DJ able to get it back in. Chesterfield able to regroup. Corbin able to knock the puck off of the Chesterfield player's stick. Tried to swing it around. And now it is to Gavin Sebring. But Gavin tried to pass across the blue line. That ended up blocked. And we have an offside Chesterfield. Face off won by Chesterfield. Puck off of the goalkeeper. Tries to swing it out. Unfortunately, Chesterfield is there and doesn't get it out. Shot goes in, blocked by the goalie, but then spiked out to the point by the defense. Maverick overskates the puck in the corner. Player tries to wrap around, but Jackson Baker is able to get over there and stop it. Face-off is 1-2 Cedar Rapids. George Lanyo tries to pass it up. Unfortunately stolen. Shot outside the net. Pass up to Wyatt Monty, able to spike it further. Jackson Hunt doesn't quite win the race, but puts a lot of good pressure on. Wyatt Monty able to keep the puck in. Ellis Palmer with it. Puck is now Chesterfield skating it into the zone. Jackson Hunt needs to make a really nice defensive play to be able to keep the puck out of the net. Ellis Palmer now with it. Tries to skate it through person and now we've got a lot of contact and looks like we get one player from each team going into the box.
Call the first one.
All right. Big. All right, big question though is, are we going 4-on-4 or 5-on-5? Looks like we're going fives right now. All right, face-off is controlled by Cedar Rapids. Knocked off of the stick though, and Chesterfield has it, skating it into the zone. Shot goes into the goalie. He's able to stop it. And we're going to face off on the glove side.
Which was fun for the parents.
Face off is controlled by Cedar Rapids. DJ skating it around. Over to Jack Kettleson. Flynn Hansen with the puck, trying to control it off of some feet. And to Chesterfield. Puck goes off Jack Kettleson's stick into the goalie and stopped.
By the way, it's late. It's like it's back.
We played at the outdoors Friday night.
Sebring line is out along with Johnson and Jerv. Shot goes in, off the goalie, and it is now 4-1. Ensuing faceoff controlled by Chesterfield. Pass across that is not controlled by the Roughriders. Corbinzek able to bring it into the zone, but it fell off of his stick. Gavin Sebring able to knock it back behind. Liam Smith with the puck, brings it back out to the point. Shot on net, saved by the goalie, and then pounced on. Face off one by Chesterfield. George Lanio trying to stop it. Pass goes across, off Maverick Rasmussen's stick. Puck up to Jack Kellison. If he hustles, he's got a breakaway attempt. Shot from the backhand, missed the net. Pass it goes beside the net. And knocked out to a Chesterfield player who's able to break it out. Puck now into the corner. Maverick Rasmussen puts the chase. Pass up, out of zone. Get off of a stick. Now Jack Kettleton's got another chance at a breakaway. This one's a little bit more on its own. Shot in goal, Roughriders. The score is now 4-2. 6 minutes and 53 seconds remaining in the third period. Hunt line is back out as the penalty boxes are now clear. One by Chesterfield, and now into the Rough Rider zone. I was able to knock the puck off of a stick. Goalie able to make a save to Palmer on the side. Palmer tries to clear it out off of a stick. DJ Elliott has 3 people on him. Jackson Hunt bringing it into the zone. Wedged off the puck a little bit. Ellis Palmer now for a second. Puck comes up to Wyatt. Wyatt is able to swing it behind the net.
Come on, Ellis.
Ellis tries to stop it and gets knocked down. Jackson Hunt with the attempt on a shot. Pass goes back to the middle, but covered or cleared out by Chesterfield, bringing it into the zone. Blocked by the goalie, able to get it almost out of the zone, but not quite. Shot blocked by DJ Elliott. Shot blocked again, knocked stick out of his hand. He's trying to angle still. Puck's on his stick. He tries to swing it up to Wyatt Monty, able to get it there. Wyatt trying to stick handle around. His stick knocked out of his hand. Iris able to swing it out off of a skate, back up towards the zone. And Cedar Rapids is able to get control of it again, but knocked just a little bit out of the zone, and now it's back in. DJ's able to grab it behind the net, loses control of the puck a little bit, regains, starts skating it up.
Go!
DJ's going to lead the rush. DJ with a shot, gets a little deflection, goes off target. Puck is now over to Jackson Hunt, swings it in right to a Chesterfield defender. And now Wyatt Monty with the puck, trying to skate it in, knocked off of his stick to another Chesterfield player. Back out into the neutral ice. Hunt is able to kick it in to the Chesterfield player. Chesterfield trying to regroup and bring it in. Iris Erickson is able to somewhat shut down the rush. Goes in off of Baker's pads and into the net. Score is now 5-2 Chesterfield. Sebring line is out. Ensuing faceoff is controlled by Chesterfield. Puck goes down deep to Breck Johnson. Breck's got to try to win a race, able to get the puck. Nobody on the boards though, so puck goes back up to a Chesterfield player. And they've got control, swings it through the slot. And Corbin's now got it in his feet. Able to finally find it, tries to get it out of the zone. Puck's now up to Liam Smith. Liam and Gavin in a 2-on-1. Liam tries a nice move, but doesn't quite work out for him. Cedar Rapids tries to force it to the slot, doesn't quite get through. Puck into the goalie, stop and save and cover. 3 minutes and 30 seconds remaining in the third period. Face off for the Kettleson line. Puck is won by Jack, but they lose the race to the puck. Puck's back out to the neutral zone. Passes over to Hampton, but it is intercepted. Shot goes in wide of the net from Chesterfield. Maverick Rasmussen has the puck in the corner. Passes it into the slot and onto the goalie with a shot from Chesterfield. Saved. We're going to have a face-off to the glove side of the goalie with 3 minutes and 5 seconds remaining in the third period. Face-off won by Chesterfield. Back to the point. Shot blocked by Flynn Hansen. Jack Kettleson able to get it through. Going to be a 3-on-2 situation. Puck goes behind Claradomsky, though, on the pass. Clara tries to swing it in front of the net. Now tries to swing it up again. Shot from Jack Kettleson. The goalie off the goalie. Puck is now frozen. Face off in the offensive zone for the Roughriders on the goalie stick side. Punch line along with Elliott and Erickson. Hunt putting on some forechecking pressure. Puck goes up to the side.
Good.
Ellis able
Yes.
to steal it. Knocks it off of the stick again. DJ able to interrupt a breakout attempt. Wyatt's got the puck again. Tries to pass it to somebody with a tipped puck that goes out into the zone. Puck goes out to the neutral zone. DJ Elliott able to put it back in. Wyatt's getting chased with a forecheck. Puck comes around. Ellis Palmer giving chase. Overskates the puck. Jackson now putting on the forechecking pressure. DJ able to come in and cause a turnover. Jackson Hunt bringing it into the zone. Puck then goes around the boards. No pressure on the forecheck right now. Now Ellis giving some pressure off of his skate. And Ellis falls down, going in. Off of a Chesterfield player in the neutral zone. Puck comes back over. Person on hard on DJ. Hard turn. Able to pick his head up. And now they're skating in. Corbin Zach shoots it wide of the net. Puck comes back out to the point. Cedar Rapids now trying to come back out. Tried to pass it into the zone. Puck coming back over to DJ Elliott's side. Couple people on. Tries to pass it through, but it hits his gate. Shot from a Chesterfield player into Jackson Baker's glove. And frozen. 26 seconds remaining in the third period. Finishing up this game, looks like it's going to be the Kettleson line. Liam Smith bringing it up, but Cedar Rapids was able to control off the face-off, but knocked off of Liam's stick. Back Kettleson then knocked down. Brett Johnson able to control the puck. Then cleared down, and it's going to be 2 seconds remaining, and that is your game. Your Cedar Rapids Roughriders fall by a score of 5-2. Thank you all for listening in today, and we will catch you next weekend out in Ames for another couple of games.
I'm gonna go grab the board.
Thank you.
Where are you? It's no big deal.
They go put it in the thingy.